Okay, can we oversimplify running posture and form? Yes, of course I can. So, in a really vague example, if we start at the top and work our way down. So, if our gaze is, instead of being forward, it's down on the floor. We look down, our head's the heaviest part of our body, that brings our posture over here more. Now what tends to happen if our head comes forward, to counterbalance that, we take our bum back. So as our bum comes back, we've shortened through our hips. We've gone into an anterior pelvic tilt. Now what that's done is it's created extra tension in our lower back. It's also created extra tension in our hamstrings. It's put them in a heightened state, if you like, before we even ask them to do anything. So far our eyes down here, our head's tipped forward, our posture's here, got that pelvic tilt, our back's got tighter. Because of this position, we're probably going to be starting to swing in our arms more across the midline, like that, just to try and keep the momentum going. Rather than sort of creating that space between the body, we're going to be crossing over. That's going to add more side to side momentum, make us a bit more inefficient. So if we're down in this position already, it's a great look, I know. Then when we get to our stride, because we're in that anterior pelvic tilt there, in order to, our normal stride length would probably be here with our hips tilted that way. If we're in a neutral tilt, our stride would be coming forwards more, we'll be able to get the knee forward and get the foot forward as well. But because we're tipped here, that's going to drag our foot further down. So to make up for that, we tend to overstride. We try and swing it further forward, which tends to mean that we're then going to be on a heavier heel landing with our heel further forward than our knee. Okay. At the back end of that, because we're not able to get forward through our hip, it means we're having to overwork in the lower part of our back leg. So our calves, soleus and Achilles are having to do more work to push us forward because we're not able to drive up out of the hips. So again, being oversimplistic, if we pick our gaze upwards and look forward, it allows us to sit our head onto our neck in a better position. We can get our shoulders down, away from our ears. We can open up the chest a little bit, not in a sergeant major position, but just in a controlled but comfortable posture. We're not looking to get tall from here and get tall like so, because that's just going to exacerbate the positions we've already been getting in. So what we actually want to do is get the shoulders back, pull the tummy in, get a little bit of tension there, as if you're prepared to just get tapped there, so a little bit of tension. That's going to set our hips and our pelvis in neutral, and already we've got a better position there. Because our shoulders are back, now means our arms can move forwards and back that little bit better, rather than feeling like they're going to come side to side through here. So we're there, eyes forward. Now, because we've drawn our core in, or switched it on if you like, hopefully that's given us a little bit more space through our hips. So now, when we're running, if we think about squeezing and pushing forwards through the hips and coming up and out of the hips, that's going to allow our glutes just to get involved that little bit more. They're going to be a vital part now of squeezing and drawing that leg backwards for you to then push off the floor into that next stride. That's going to take some of the work away from your lower leg, or leave them to do their part already, rather than having to pick up a little bit more slack from a lack of involvement further up, if you like. So that might mean that we get a big assumption, but we may be less susceptible to strains, things such as plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendinopathy or calf strains, because they're just doing their normal role rather than having to pick up extra percentage. Because we've sorted this bit out a little bit, or in theory we've sorted this bit out, we've set our pelvis in its neutral position, there's less tension in our hamstrings. So we might find that we start to experience less niggly hamstrings. If by holding our shape through here as well, we're in a stronger, more efficient position to just worry about moving forwards rather than sort of fighting through the floor and landing heavily. We can get a little higher and sort of get that little bit lighter on our feet and move forward better. So it's really simplistic. It's not just a case of remembering that and standing up tall. By doing the strength and conditioning work, we can put the homework in to help hold us in those better positions. So strengthening through our posterior chain, so through our back, through our shoulder blades, strengthening our core work, our core muscles, so variations of planks and dead bugs and floor exercises and cable rotations and work like that. Glute work, getting some hamstring tension in the right way, so things such as your single leg deadlifts or eccentric work such as sliders or work with leg curls on the Swiss ball, single leg calf raises, bent leg versions, all those sorts of exercises that can help to keep you in the right sort of position and help you maintain that ideal posture for when we're running, so we're going to move forward better, more efficiently, and get tired hopefully later on through the race rather than earlier, and yeah, help you moving faster. Okay, very simplistic. It's not as straightforward as that, but just gives us something to think about. Cool.